Howdy friends and neighbors, old Doc here. Good Sunday morning to you. I thought today is just going to be kind of a catch up on what's been going on. So let me flip you around if I can. I may have to restart this thing to do that. There we go. Now we got you. Yeah. You can't tell that I've raked up and mowed up the leaves and ran them through the shredder right there next to the boat, the green thing. It's an old roto hoe shredder, and you can kind of see the fines there. That's what it chops it up to. But if you go way back in my reels, I bought that. We were grinding hay for the horses to cut down on the waste, and you can't pull that motor down, you can't stall it, and it's got you can chew up sticks and twigs and what have you. And way over there at Mom's, let me see if I can zoom you in. You can kind of maybe get my fingers on the road. See the row of leaves right over the top of the boat there, maybe. Fingers over there. We did a bunch of Mom's leaves. But I took a little bit of time off. We had a couple of family members that had some medical things going on, and they asked if I could take some time off to help them out, so that's what I did. But it's back to the grind tomorrow. We went up to, or I did, went up to Dad's, took old Milo and hooked onto the trailer here a week ago. Went up to Dad's. I bought this stock rack. It's inverted because well, I'll get to that. 50 bucks for that stock rack, and that is going to be the cab on the Bobcat. I'll show you what I have in mind in future video, probably next week or whatever. But hell, I couldn't buy that. I couldn't buy that much metal for 50 bucks. And but it was 3 miles from Dad's. I was going up there anyway, so I hooked onto the trailer and took old Milo, and Dad and I went up 3 miles from his house. I bought the stock rack off Marketplace, went back to Dad's, and we monkeyed around at Dad's for a little bit, helped him out some. Oh, I took my 6-foot landscape rake and 3-point blade. Both of them are 3-point. Took them up to Dad's because he's filling in some low spots in his yard with dirt, so he's using those. He really loves that landscape rake. But anyway, when we got done, we took his 30-20 and loader and loaded up the firewood that he had left. Some of it, like that piece right there, is punky. So as I'm splitting it, I'm throwing the crappy stuff in that tote there. And the so-so stuff I'm stacking right there so I can burn it in the wood barrel here in the shed. And the greenish kind of stuff is going in that IBC tote right there. And what I have in there, I put the forks on the Bobcat yesterday, and I could lift it no problem. It was a little teetery, but yeah, that's good ash wood, and it's green yet, so I got to get it split up, get down here, and then maybe it'll be dry enough by next winter to burn. But that weight right there, and there's a lot of weight there, was just enough to make that Bobcat teetery. So that's what we're doing. We're just kind of doing the wood thing, and got the wood splitter under the cover there. And something else we've been monkeying with, I had I took and made a cutting edge for this cut down bucket. I took a, oh, what was it, two inch, I believe it was, angle iron, and split it right down the center of the V with the plasma cutter, and it did a pretty good job. I was afraid that cutting almost a 1/2 inch thickness with that plasma cutter that it would veer off to one side or the other by the time it got all the way through, but it didn't. It did a fair job. But yeah, that is 2-inch angle, and cut right down the center of the V. And we have Cowboy Bob on the radio this morning because it's Sunday morning. So anyway, yeah, I did that, and I went to use the Bobcat the other day, and it didn't run worth a crap. It was hard to get it started, and when I did get it started, well, one time before I got it started, it had backfired. And when it backfired, this is what happened. It busted my exhaust pipe. So I got to fix that. I think I'm gonna, and it's a lot of vibration. The vibration doesn't help either. So I think I'm going to try to get a piece of that flexible exhaust, put a section of that in there, is my hopes and dreams. And those of you that followed along on that exhaust, custom exhaust build, it is, this is what it's made out of. And that is the burn chamber of our furnace, of our old furnace. So yeah, we got to do that. I'm not going to get around to that today, I don't think. I may peel this back and get a better idea, but she is loud with that straight pipe. And here a week ago, we had heavy wet snow, and I didn't have to move snow or anything like that. It was because it was wet. It was kind of melting down, but it was enough to cover the grass and things. But I thought, well, I'm going to try to, preheat the Bobcat and stuff. So I got the diesel heater out, and I took that flex tube. It was turned the other way, blowing underneath there, and there's a piece of 6-inch black pipe. It was blowing into that and coming up directly under the engine, and it warmed it up really nice because it was down in the 20s, I believe it was 23, I think, something like that. And it warmed it up, and it started just fine and dandy. The issue I had later on here a few days ago, when it was running like crap and it backfired and blew my exhaust pipe apart. These things come, these Predator 670s, this one, it came with torch spark plugs, and they're garbage. the spark plugs don't have 20 hours. That engine doesn't have 20 hours on it. That spark plug was stone cold. It was running on one cylinder. Every once in a while it'd kind of pop and backfire, you know, kind of like, because this other plug was trying to fire. And when it backfired, it blew my pipe apart. So I didn't know if I was having a gas issue or an electrical issue. So after I had the air cleaner off and everything, and I thought, well, if it's a carburetor, maybe jets are plugged. It's like a 2-barrel carburetor. Took the air cleaner thing off, had it running as good as it would, put my hand on the intake and pop it off, do that, try to suck the trash through the jets. Didn't do a bit of good. So it had run for 10-15 minutes, and I shut it off. I'm like, crap. I was afraid I was going to have to take the carburetor off, and that's a butt ache. Especially when the engine's in something like this. You have no room. So I came around, and I thought, well, I wonder if both cylinders are going. I put my hand, back of my hand, just touched it real quick on this exhaust pipe. And it was cold. I could put my hand on it. After 10-15 minutes of run, I could put my hand on that pipe right there, coming out of the head, and not burn my hand. I mean, it was warm, you know, because it was drawing the heat from that cylinder pipe up there. That one was plumb hot. I dribbled a little water on it, and it was, you know, this one I could put my hand on. I pulled that plug out. It was soaking wet. Put it in the spark tester. Had the spark tester cranked as high as it would go, and it would fire just every once in a while. So I went to O'Reilly's and got these AC Delco. Let me see if I can get you the number. There we go. I'm just not steady. R44 XLS. Whoop. R44 XLS. Spark plugs. I put 2 of them in there. Took the torch ones out. Threw them in the garbage. Starts and runs just fine. Other than it wakes up and shakes the whole neighborhood with that busted pipe. So I think we got you caught up with everything that's going on. Went up to Dad's Friday. Made a little trip to the chiropractor, and then Friday I went back up to Dad's, and here a week or 2 ago we put a new starter on his 3020, and like I said, he's using my landscape rake and 3-point blade to fan out some dirt. But his top link was seized up because 25 years or so he's never really used it. He hasn't used it for a long time. So we took the weed burner and heated the cast up on that top link, got it freed up, and we put a drain cock in the bottom of the carburetor because it just had a plug in it, and he wanted to drain condensation out of that bowl every once in a while and stuff. So we went to Napa and there in Akron and got a drain cock and put it in, and so yeah, now you're all caught up as far as I know. So I'm going to set you up here. This is just going to be kind of a short day. I'm going to set you up, get the wood splitter back in position over here, start splitting some wood, and maybe I'll have a little bit of wood splitting. That may not be exciting, but I don't have a whole lot else going on today. So I know it may, I don't know, maybe to me wood splitting is not as bad as watching a car wash video. I mean, how many people do you see set up lawn chairs in front of the car wash to watch people wash their cars? So yeah, all right, I'll bring you back in a little bit. Okay, I just want to explain what I'm sorting out and stuff. Some of this, as you can see, is punky. See, this is good and this is kind of punky. So the punky stuff, if it's not too awful bad, I'm throwing it down here on the ground and I'll put it over there. But the stuff that's not super bad, I'll keep and burn in my my wood barrel in the shed this winter. But the better stuff, if I can get you in there, the better stuff I'm throwing in here and taking down and putting in that IBC tote back there by the wood pile. So I'm not going to bore you with any more wood splitting, and so I guess we'll cut it off here. I may bring you back, if I monkey with that exhaust pipe, peel that heat tape back a little bit or something if I get that far today. I'll bring you back for a little bit of that. If not, friends and neighbors, be kind to one another. Do something kind for yourself, a friend, a stranger, a loved one. And it doesn't take a whole lot. It doesn't take a whole lot. If a family member or a friend needs you to take a day or two off or whatever to help them out while they heal up, do it. Take that time. Get her done. Help them out. With that, friends and neighbors, happy trails.